What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do something that I believe every truck needs, and it's a great help. A lot of the newer trucks even come with this feature, but that is going to be the soft open tailgate. DZ makes a kit. It's a really nice kit. I've already had one on the truck already, but when I went and I replaced this tailgate, I lost, well, I guess I shouldn't say I lost, but I wasn't going to monkey with the rivet that goes in the tailgate for the strut. And we'll get into that in a minute. But this is an awesome kit. These are super cheap. And I don't know about you guys, but one of my biggest pet peeves is dropping the tailgate. I'm not a big dropper. I know it's hard on these cables, even though that's what these cables are built for. And it's just generally, it's hard on the tailgate. It's unnecessary. So one of these soft open kits is, in my eyes, well worth the money. I think they're like $30 or so, give or take. You can find them at your parts stores. You can find them on Amazon. This is it right here. It's a DZ kit for the Dodges. Well, you can see this right here. Here's the part number. It comes with everything you need to install this on a Dodge. So it's super simple, but if you go through the instructions, if you're anything like me, instructions are kind of, I don't know, a waste of time. I get into the instructions, either I get confused, I don't like them, and it doesn't make sense till it's done. And I like things to make sense. So I have it broken down here in a lower pivot, upper pivot, cylinder. You get a couple other little doodads here, and I will go over that when we're ready for it, but this is the important part. So since we've had one on the truck already, the upper pivot is already here. I'm not going to change that. So they give you the wrench for this upper anchor point for the tailgate strap. They give you the washer and the pivot. The pivot's already got Loctite on it, and you just thread it in there, tighten it down, and you're done. The only thing I will say, and I'll make note of this, they don't tell you this in the instructions, but what I had to do on this eyelet on the cable, I actually had to file it to get the high spots off so I can get it to move freely in the pivot, in the channel it has. See that channel right there? That eyelet needs to move freely in that channel so that when you close the tailgate, the cable doesn't do weird things like stick out or do any dumb stuff like that. So this lower pivot, this is how it comes. Now what it is, to break it down, is this section right here is a rivet. From there on, the washers, there's a couple little ball bearings in there, and this Allen setup, that's their installer that they include, and it's great they install that, and it's great that they include that. But you're gonna need 5mm Allen and a 10mm end wrench for that. These are pretty simple to install. I wanted to show you guys how to do it, but once it's installed, it's there. It's a rivet, so that makes it really hard to take the kit off of a tailgate like I did and put it on another one. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your 10mm wrench, your 5mm Allen, and just tighten, hold. Okay, let's see if I can do this with you guys seeing it. You hold the Allen, right? Hold that stationary. Take your 10mm. And you want to tighten this down. After you've installed that, don't go too tight, but don't leave it loose either. You'll feel it kind of snug up and come up against itself. So you just want to thread this in. Grab a 13mm ratchet wrench, end wrench, socket, whatever you want to use. Snug that up. So there's one last step before we actually go ahead and put the gas strut on, and that is this strap. You need to take this off, and there's this metal clip. You see this metal clip in here? That needs to come off, and then you put the strap back on the tailgate. That lets this strap kind of bend and move how it needs to do. Now when you're taking this apart, it's going to have this little lock washer thing that holds this sheet metal on. A lot of times if you just get behind them, you can gap them up a little bit like this. You can get your wire snippers in there. I'm gonna try and just break it because I don't feel like walking over to get my wire snippers. Okay, that comes off. That comes off. Now the strap needs to go back in the tailgate. So the last little bit of this is this little piece that looks like scrap, and then this little guy right here. This guy right here, you're probably going to want some pliers to put this on the cable, but what this does is you come down 3.5 inches, probably about there, from the top of the cable, and what this does is it makes sure that everything is lined up and goes in like it should. So the last piece is this little sticker, and this is going to go right in here, and that's going to keep that little bumper we put on there from rubbing the paint, taking any paint off. You guys probably know how to put stickers on and decals and things like that, but clean the area and then just stick it on. Now all we have left to do is put our gas strut on, and they recommend body up. They tell you to do it body up, and that's just going to pop on the pivot ball there. You're going to pull the shaft down and pop it on there. So you can see the cable doesn't hang out all goofy. I've seen some of them do that. This one does not. Done. Now you don't have to worry about dropping tailgate. Hands are full. Whatever it may be, you don't want somebody dropping your tailgate. Whatever the reason is. Super simple. Great thing to do. And like I said before, I really do think every truck needs to have one. They're just nice to have. And there's a reason that the newer trucks are coming with soft close tailgates. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that one. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. So comment down below if you guys have any comments or questions or whatever you do have. I'm gonna leave you guys there. Go back inside. So you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.